Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks, stuff like that I'm using are listed below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for wherever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? The energy, more chill. I just did Gemini. And theirs was going really fast, and now yours is so different, so more like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I don't have that rush energy going on, which I'm thankful, because that was a lot. So I don't know that I would say it was tranquil, but it doesn't seem bad right now, which that's good, right? Are you taking a break from something? Are you taking a... What's going on? What's the current energy here? You know some things. You're not into the controversy. Whatever the situation is, you've been trying fairly successfully to keep people compatible, keep them getting along, and some of these people have made decisions. They've made decisions, and those decisions, it looks like they're about to come full circle on some of these decisions. I don't think this has anything to do, like, this isn't your fault. But the thing is, it's kind of like I've been trying to help this work out, trying to help this get along, and then people have to go ahead and make decisions that aren't the best decisions, and now some of this is going to whiplash back, and I don't think I need to be in the middle of that, and I don't want to be, because I feel like I'm nervous that there's a storm coming, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to secure my property, put tape on the windows and all the other good stuff, get some extra food and put it in the basement, and I'm going to hang out for a couple days in the basement, and we'll see what happens from there. That's a good energy. You have a good energy going into it, but it's like these two cards together, I care about the situation, but it's not adding up correctly. This could be... This is a Capricorn card. This is the Cancer card. The reason I'm giving you that information is because this can signify a full moon, in my opinion, because, for example, if the sun is in Capricorn, the moon would be in the full moon would be in Cancer. Whatever the sun is in, the full moon happens in the opposite sign. I don't know why I'm putting that out there for you, but in case you're interested. This is one of those things where the situation should work, but it doesn't. And it's kind of like, I'm just going to step back and let these people sort their own problem out. If they want to make these decisions, maybe they need to own those decisions. I didn't have control over some of these decisions that were made, so, and I want to keep getting along with everybody. I feel like that's another piece of this. I prefer to get along with everybody if it's doable. So it seems like the most doable way to do that is to step out for a while and just kind of like, I'm just going to leave it where it is and let people pay for their own mistakes. Because I don't feel like I can rationalize some of the choices made, and I really don't feel like I can convince other people to not be upset, because I feel like, yeah, they have every right to be upset. So I'm just going to stay out of it, stay back, let it play out the way it needs to play out, then come back in later. Okay. Got to do what we got to do, right? You are keeping an eye on it, though. You're definitely keeping an eye on it and doing your best to not be in the middle of it because you don't want to be. You've got this, I feel like you're looking out over the situation the best you can, and you're trying to not be involved if you can help it, but you're also like listening and absorbing what's going on, paying attention when you can. You're doing the best you can with it. It is what it is for this point. It is more tranquil though, because I don't feel like I'm stressed with it, but I do feel like I don't like it. Yet, you know how life goes. Things happen, the weather comes through, you gotta wait for it to pass. I feel like I'm wondering if this is going to cause some major damage to the point where big changes may have to be made because of it. But it's one of those things I have to sit back and wait and see what happens next. What is this for you? Why is this showing up? While this is happening, okay, let's just see what this is. Why is that showing up for you, though? Somebody else is getting your attention during this situation. That makes things more complicated. Because I feel like whatever this main situation is, I don't really want to be in the middle of it, but I do feel like I need to keep an eye on it. But then somebody comes and distracts me, the King of Cups, and I feel like I'm conflicted about this, and I'm not really sure if this is a good idea, mostly because I feel responsible to this other situation, but at the same time, it's really enticing. So something is pulling your energy to the side here a little bit. There is a distraction here pulling you away. This doesn't have to be romantic, but this could be a business situation, just to be fair, where you're getting an opportunity to be a part of something, and it's kind of like, I really want to do that, but I feel like I have responsibilities here, but at the same time, maybe I should let that happen the way it's going to happen, and I can catch up with it later. I do feel like I'm letting this pull me forward. I don't think that's bad. I think that's fine. The way the energy feels, anyway, it feels fine. I don't feel bad about it. And it brings in a lot of fun for you, a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. It's good. I don't see any problem with that. Like, I'm not feeling anything negative or something draining me down from that. So whatever that is what that is. You will return to this situation, whatever it is. Something pulls your attention away for a while, then your attention comes back to this. I feel like when I come back to it, I feel like I'm on the outside of it. For some reason, I'm having a hard time starting a conversation about it. Either I know things that people don't know I know, so I don't want to really let on, because I'm like, all right, I shouldn't let people know I know that, because that's going to cause a different issue. So I feel like I'm challenged with getting a conversation started for whatever reason. It's becoming a challenge, because I'm like kind of curious how certain things, how those decisions played out, how that landed at the end, and I'm having a hard time getting that information without causing issue for myself. You could just let it be. That does seem to be an option. Ultimately, where does that lead for Libra down the road? I feel like I'm on the outside a little bit. It's not bad. I feel like I don't know part of the story, though. It kind of, I don't know. It's okay. It's not the baddest. Not the worst. Ten of Pentacles backs it up. And the Fool card coming in like this, kind of like, I don't know what I don't know. I guess that's up to you. There's another version of this. And you get the Ten of Pentacles this other way, too. The person who made the decision. You could go closer to that. I don't think they're going to tell you anything with that Four of Pentacles. But I feel like I can make an impression there, kind of like, hey, just making sure everything's okay here with you. Get a little closer on that sense. and get a little closer to that person and see if I can get them to crack a little bit. They don't seem to want to, but I feel like they will finally tell you stuff. And they may tell you stuff that you are kind of like, okay, I guess that's how that works then. There's something here where I'm like, I don't know if I like how it worked out, but I'm like, all right, well, I guess that stabilized it for now. That seems to bring more value to you in a different way. It brings you back into the fold, but it also is kind of like, I feel like I know things again that maybe I don't know if I'm supposed to know, but I know them. And it does give me like an angle to look at things. And there's still the Ten of Pentacles. It shows up either way, but I feel like I'm happier knowing things. Because I feel like I could help with the security. I could help put it where it's supposed to be. I could help stabilize it and keep it where it should be. It's kind of like, all right, that's how that played out. Now that I know that, I can help keep this where it should be. It seems to be more, you have more negotiation power this way. Which I guess that's up to you whether that's important or not. I think that's the biggest difference I'm seeing between the two paths. I feel like I'm safe either way. Take that with a grain of salt. But by staying out of it and just letting it be, I don't really have any negotiation power. I don't really know what's going on, and it just seems to be there, but I can't do anything with it. Going this direction, where I'm going closer to the person who made the decision that I don't really care for, it gives me more leverage, a lot more leverage, and it gives me more ability to move things where I want them to move if the time comes where I feel like I need to kind of put some pressure on some things. Okay. That's completely up to you what you find correct, obviously. Because there's more things coming later. There's more things coming. The problems are going to resurface. Whoever's making decisions, they're not making the best decisions, or they're making very selfish decisions. One of the two. It's either they're just not really good at making good decisions, or they're making very selfish decisions. And the Piper's coming in. Something comes in out of nowhere and is kind of like, oh, person making decisions owes me money and will pay. One of those things. Or yeah, there's a debt. The person making decisions there's a debt that needs to be paid. And there's going to be a lot of conversation that comes in around this. If you're prepared, if you're already prepared, when this randomly shows up and it shows up fast, I feel like you can do what you need to do. If you don't know what's going on, I just feel like you're going to be at a loss. Because there's a lot, it just keeps going with this situation. There's two different outcomes. One is if you stay out of it and just let it be what it is, and you don't know what's going on. It does seem like you stay on the outside and there's a lot of other things you get involved in, but it just feels like this situation, I just never seem to reconnect with it the way I want to. I just feel like it's more the threshold coming in with, like, I feel like I'm more on the outside and I seem to stay on the outside. I don't feel bad about it, but I just don't feel like I'm effective with the situation anymore, and the situation moves on without me. And then you go on to other things, which is fine. Whatever the situation is, maybe you're okay with that. So, like, there's no wrong answer here. They're just trying to give you the difference between paths. If you do get involved and you know what's going on and all that other path, things will balance out fairly easily, and you will get a notable, there'll be a lot of success that comes from that. And I get integrity coming in to where I was able to fix something or help something before it got even worse. I was able to get ahead of it. I was able to put it where I wanted it, and it's actually sorting out in a much better way than I thought it could, considering the decisions that were made. This keeps you tied to the situation, and it works better for you, is what I keep getting, but you have to decide what's right for you. So whatever this overall situation is, it depends where you want to be. Ultimately, where do you want to be? I think we're there. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.